No, just move it by this side.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hey.
Hey, everyone.
I'm here with my lady on the internet, GEEKETTES chat. How you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Today,
Tired.
did we wake up early to make our mom breakfast for her 70th birthday?
Yeah.
So do we got a happy birthday?
Yeah. Happy birthday.
To you.
We like that version. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday. The Stevie Wonder version. That's our black
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I like that. The funny thing is my mom was just dancing. She was like,
Oh, my bad. I shouldn't have stopped so.
I know.
Hey, Mom. Happy 70th birthday. All the way from California to ya.
Yeah.
to New York.
Right? In New York City. Oh my God, do you hear the sirens in the background? Probably not, but New York, when you hear the sirens.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Where a helicopter is up above sometimes.
And then at night, you just hear people having a whole conversation in like 1 a.m. in the morning. And you're like,
Yeah.
what? Like, you know their whole life story.
Exactly.
When I went out there to New York this past April, in that apartment I was staying in Manhattan, man, all night long I heard people talking. I'm looking out the window like homeless people just talking to themselves, having a party, almost getting hit by cars. New York is off the hook.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It really is the city that doesn't sleep, and it's sad when you do want to sleep though.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us, though.
Well, check this out. This is my very first ever interview.
Oh.
Officially?
Yeah,
I've never interviewed anybody. I've been on other people's channel. I interacted with people, but an actual interview, y'all the first.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, interviewing is hard. Like, because you're just like, okay, is this the right question? I don't even know. It's like,
I know. But they're fun. We love it.
No, they're fun.
Yeah, it's impromptu. And, if you're getting into this business of directing, producing, and writing scripts, you got to be on your toes at any time. What if a studio exec comes to you, Christy, say, hey, I seen your film on YouTube. I thought it was pretty dope. What you plan on doing with it? You're going to be like, you better be ready.
Yeah, I know, because Shirley knows that I don't like to be the face of anything, right? I try to be, like, Shirley is usually the one that's more of the speaker, and I said, sit back. So I've been doing these lives on IG, and if you really watch them, you can see that I don't speak clearly. Some of the words don't come out right. I see so much more practice.
No, you're doing a good job, because I admire your will and strength, because when I first discovered your channel, definitely Shirley was the front runner, the face of the group. And you have an incredible personality. She shines off the screen, and you kind of like was her Robin to her Batman. But I noticed recently you stepped up to the plate and you're making a set of effort to do it. Hey, it's tough, but once you get more practice, trust me, you'll knock it out the park.
Thank you.
Damn, I'm Batman?
Yeah.
I should say that now when I go out. Like, yo, I'm Batman.
That was a good one.
Just walk up to a stranger, get close. I'm Batman.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, what the hell is wrong with her?
Hey, New York, they'd be like this.
Yeah, or they'd be like, oh, cool. Yeah, whatever. Cool. That's how we are as New Yorkers. We see the weirdest shit, and we're just like, it's a Monday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's a Monday. Or it's either that or it's too early for this. Calm down.
Pretty much.
But hey, yeah, I've been following you guys for a few years. We became friends and close acquaintances. So this is like really cool. And to know that was in development for over 3 years, but we'll wind it back and start from the beginning. Your love of film, what prompted you to get to this point. So we'll start from the very beginning. What was your genesis of loving film and maybe one day be a film creator?
You know what? It's funny because when I was a kid, I would watch a bunch of classic films, black and white, like TCM and all that. And I never thought about actually making film. I did think about being an actress. And so for the longest time, that was in my head. But I knew I couldn't be an actress because I was just very shy. And when I did make an attempt, I was like, it did not work out. And so I was like, what can I do? Because I still want to be a part of the film. And that's when I realized that we were in a slump, me and Shirley. So that's when we decided to do the film review channel. And I was like, this is great. And then once I started, for past 10 years, I was like, oh, doing film review, viewing film review. I was like, I got an idea to do a documentary because I got so excited about just being more involved in the film industry. But the documentary didn't work out, and it ended up becoming a short film. And that's how Public Housing Z came to be, because I wanted to do a story about what it was like to live in public housing and what the issues were. And why zombies? Because I wanted to have fun with my first film. I wanted to do something that kind of was already a genre that everybody probably would either be interested in or kind of understand. And I always felt like, although zombie movies were so kind of gruesome, I always felt like they had a social commentary point to them. So that's why I thought that it made sense for my short film. So yeah, but Shirley?
Oh, I thought it, well, also, our love of movies came from our dad and stuff. And, but Christy was more of the movie person. I was just like, hey, here I am following these people because I have nothing better to do. But I think since we live in the projects and stuff, one day we were like flyering, and then somebody said on the door of one of the staircases, no zombies here or something like that. And Christy was like, oh shit, this would be cool to like do a zombies in the projects type of shit or something like that. So yeah, I thought that was kind of the genesis too.
Yeah, so I had already thought of the idea, but I was like, I don't know if that will fly, this idea. Hey, Mr. White Show, Glenn, how you doing?
Glenn.
Thanks for watching.
If nobody knows what the projects are, it's public housing. If you don't know, just
public housing
just call
in
it
New
the
York
projects.
City. But yeah, this because I was afraid that residents would not, like, once they see this film, they would get upset. Like this idea that residents are getting sick, but it's something that's really happening. A lot of kids in public housing now are, have asthma because of the mold issue in the apartments. And I've been kind of like a community involved in the community with activism and stuff since I was a teenager. And so I was kind of aligned with an organization trying to kind of like help out apartments that were having issues with mold. And so that's where that idea came from too. This, because I was involved in the work and I saw the story just came to mind.
That's excellent, because I know all about the projects all too well myself. I know all about the ghettos, whether it's in Texas, New York, California. They're everywhere. Unfortunately, the people that live in these projects look like us. And I'm all too familiar with black mold being in some of these places. And what we used to do, my mom would get a spray bottle of bleach and water. Every week we got to spray behind the beds and stuff, because mold will grow that fast. And normally you got crappy, people taking care of everything, the landlord, so they don't take care of it. You literally have to die in order for somebody to do something about it from the government, but it's tough. And the premise of your film, can I just tell you, ladies, is brilliant. I love horror, and that I love a strong message that would teach the public watching the film a message about life that they might not be accustomed to. And a lot of people don't live the way we do, so this is be new to them. Wow, I didn't know that exists. I only maybe heard about it, but putting it in a satire of a zombie film is brilliant. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if this is going to fly with people, but let me go. Let me do. Let me do. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's how pretty much it came to be. And I didn't realize how hard it is to make a horror film, though.
I think
it's
hard making a film in general.
It is hard making a film in general. Oh, yes. There's so much, behind the scenes, administrative work, just prepping, planning, on set, pre-production. But I have to say, making a horror film, it's like, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And how do you do it? Fantastic.
It's a trip because you've now entered the business of the hardest job in the world. Being a director is not for everybody. It's not cut out for everybody. So you have to be a special kind of human being to decide to be a director. And also, you're right, pre-production, and you have to be ready at a fly. For anything to go wrong, the show must go on. And as a director, you're the face of the project. So you have to be stoic the whole time. You can't panic. If you do cry, just walk into the closet and like, come out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going. You cannot crack under pressure. I know it's tough because your human spirit want to react, but you can't. You have to stay focused. You and a producer might have funk. You and a writer might have funk. Working with actors, whew, that's a tough job.
Yeah,
Personalities, and they got to get character. It's tough.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was doing a staircase scene, and the actress just rolled her eyes at me, or they rolled their eyes at me, and I just looked at them, and I kept it moving. Like I did not after the production wrapped. I just went to Shirley and be like, "Yo, this is what happened today with the actors and the crew, and this is how they were with me, and blah blah blah." But during the production, you're just no time for being upset, nothing.
And I think it's the sense of it's long hours.
Yeah.
The actors are waiting for
totally
just to get their scene done. And then you're doing take after take because you're just trying to get the lighting right, which is the struggle is the lighting and different things. And then the atmosphere in the sense of where you're shooting, because we're shooting in the projects. We have other people who live here and they need to go to work or they need to go out, So it's you got to manage that and all that. So it's and you got to manage people's schedules. It's a lot.
So I understand why they were upset, but yeah. I was just wow, how I was able to just move forward without getting all sensitive, because let me tell you, I'm a sensitive person.
Well, I noticed you're wearing a shield of hope and faith on your chest today. Got that shirt. That'll give you strength.
Know it. You know it. I was let me see if I can rap it. I'm black tested.
No, but it gets easier after this. I want to say it does, but sometimes it gets harder if the project is bigger. But it's great because it teaches you a lot about the human spirit. And horror is tough because you got to create atmosphere. Do these staircases look scary? It's all about the angle of the shot. The lighting is crucial for a horror film. And then, it might look good on camera. Then add the music, it gets better. Make sure your characters are emoting with their eyes. A lot of acting in horror films, you're not really saying a lot. You're just showing a lot of face expressions. And yes, the hours are long, it's laborious, but I took a page out of my life and said, you know what? I'm not going to do that to people. If you notice, I shoot really, really quick. I'm kind of like Michael Bay because I already know what I want. So I'm get you in, get you out. I don't want you mad at me. Go home to your family, go get something to eat. I feed my crew. I feed everybody on time. And we had a chance to work together this past earlier this year. And I said, I know you guys are tired. You spent all day at the hospital. I said, when I get you here, give me 1 hour of your time and I get you in and get you out. And I stayed on my word. And
you did. I was wow. And you were working the lighting equipment good, fast. I was dang, he's already professional here.
Well, I lay in bed and think about the shots. I'm constantly doing storyboarding in my head. So I know exactly what I want. And trust me, ladies, when I got to that apartment, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not what I envisioned. I'm like, damn.
Funny you mention that, yeah.
And I did what I could. And trust me, ladies, when this film comes out next month, you're gonna be like this. Your scenes, it's incredible. Oh my God. It's dope.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I think I can't wait until the editing part, but because the editing part is fun. I think that you could do a lot too with editing to make it more kind of scary and all that.
Yeah, and I was telling like them and the crew and stuff on our film that you're working with the resources that you have, the budget that you have, if you have any, so, the time that you have. So you got to be graceful with that and just give yourself grace and be like, you know what, I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. And, that's why I said, in post production, you work with what you got. You could like twist it around, see what, you could do. And, it might end up being better than what you imagine.
True.
Who knows? So yeah, it's still fun. It's challenging to do a movie, but it is fun.
Yeah, if you're having fun during the process, then that's what the dream is all about. And plus, it's an indie film, so you're not going to have a budget. You're not going to have, top-notch actors and actresses. But I prefer that because if you're doing an indie film, the star of the movie is the director. Remember that you are the star, sweetheart, because everything is low budget, so you have to make it work with what you got. Like, people of color take lemons and water and make lemonade. We know what we're doing, and we can make it happen. And some of the best films are made on a shoestring budget. The crew being your friends or family members. Spike Lee did it. Quentin Tarantino did it. All the great ones have done it. And look where they're at now.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it and learning a lot just about myself as well, But I totally hear the fact that you have this whole idea of what it's going to look like. You get on set, and then like several things do not work. And you just got to reframe it, redo the lighting, do everything different, rewrite the script, you know. It's so much that happens on set.
So, quick question now. What type of camera are you using to shoot your film with?
It's actually a very old camera. It's a Panasonic AG.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not that old, but yeah, it's not like a Sony or anything like that's or yeah. So yeah, so that's what my DP is using. So I have a DP and and the DP is new at this as well. Like I was like, okay, this is my first film. I want to be able to bring in anybody who's new, so that we can all learn. And um, I think my sound person is kind of already has a lot of experience.
Oh, good.
So I have a sound director who's on set also taking sounds. So and they're also going to be doing post, and they're also into horror. So that's good. Um, and yeah, so I'm learning a lot from my DP and how to work with my DP, and so it can be challenging because we're both new at this. So, but one thing that I realized that once, like I was on set, I was like ready to just work. I wasn't scared. I wasn't like holding back. When I wanted to see certain thing or a certain way, I was just always telling the DP I want to see the frame like this. And yeah, I mean, we did storyboarding a little bit, and I had my shot list, so working with that on and off. So it's interesting, and I've made a bunch of mistakes, but because my whole team is practically new, we all made mistakes, so it was okay. And what's great is that I'm also working with actresses, young actresses that haven't had a lot of experience, so this is
Oh,
their new, like, I have 3 kids who come out in the film. 2 are extras. So the main kid is the lead, Jamia. She plays Anna, and she's new at this too. She's never been on film set, and she's only done theater, So I had to learn how to just be patient and realize that she's going to get tired because this is new.
And they're a kid.
And they're kids, you know. So, and we have to work with the constraint time, which is not too much of a constraint. But yeah, but just what is this? Wake up when you first start. But
Yeah,
it's a reality of working
call.
on a set.
It is. It is.
Yeah. It really is. Like, you just don't know. Like, I had such, like, you can be only so prepared. And then when you realize you get on set, that a lot of things you just have to throw out the window.
Yep.
Because it's not going to work. So you have to be very flexible. And you have to make sure that your team is flexible. Because if your team is not flexible, it just makes your work so much harder. It makes your work so much harder. So you have to have that type of dynamic, because then it just flows, you know, and it doesn't seem like it's taking forever.
That's so important. That's why you notice a lot of the great ones. I mean, Spike Lee famously once said, it's even hard to make a bad film.
Tell me about
so if you notice over the years, he brings back a lot of actors that he's worked with before. You like, because the comfortability and the chemistry. You and your crew, the DP, sound person, got to be on the same page at all times, because they're an extension of you. Like I told you, remember, you're the rock star, whether you realize it or not, and everybody's looking to you, because from my understanding, the first day of filming and you're prepping, you're having your meetings in a room, if you're not confident, they can see right through you. And you don't want to lose your crew in the very beginning, because then the film is going to be just horrible. It's tough. But and anything goes wrong, like I said, you got to show perseverance, be strong, and you grow together as a team, and you grow together as a crew. It's like a friendship and a partnership. Before you know it, you're thinking the same, you're finishing each other's sentences, and they have ideas. You're like, wow, that's a great idea. I think I'll use that. And being a director, you have to be flexible, because people suggested things to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try your idea. I think that's a good idea. And you realize, because I never want to be that director that people talk about in Hollywood that sucks and this and that. I don't want to be that guy. You know, I want to be the person that working with him was fun. He was definitely professional, and behind the cameras, he took care of us. You know, that's what you want. And that's so important, is the atmosphere that you create on set while you're filming a movie. And it's tough. You have a tough job, homegirl.
Tell me about it, because it was hot those days. I was like,
oh my God, it was
summer came in that weekend and the last 2 weekends, and it was
September.
So I'm just like, whoa. So it was a challenge to keep my crew, like, and actresses, like, I don't know how to say it, but you know, I noticed that when they were exhausted, I was like, okay, let's take a break. Even if it wasn't a scheduled break, like, I would do that. And, you know, at one point my PA was like, I don't think we should we push back lunch, because we have to still finish these shots. I was like, no, lunch is staying at the time. Don't mess with food. Yeah. Do not mess with food. Yeah. I've been on sets where people, oh my God, if the food is not right, then you don't feed them on time, that's it. You're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crafts and services is a must, because I feed my people well. We do it big. We do it tough. And we laugh, have a good time. And usually, my little bit of advice, if you can get the tough shots done first, then have lunch. And after that, do your easy shots. You know, that makes it easier, because I kind of prep everybody. Hey guys, we're gonna do these shots first. They're the hardest ones, but once we get through this, everything is downhill. Then mentally, they're like prepared. Okay, the first couple of hours is gonna be the rough part, and after that, we're gonna have some food. We're gonna chill. I play some music on set. I like to dance and have a good time. Then I'm right back into character. All right, let's go. And then I don't push people too hard. I make sure I talk to everybody with respect. And some people need a little bit more push. You know, a pat on the shoulder. You're doing a great job. Trust me. And like I did with you guys, I showed you the dailies immediately. So you know, like, oh, well, damn, that looks good. And man, it changes the whole atmosphere on set when you do things that way.
That's good. That's good.
No, yeah,
I'm gonna take those tips because I don't think I showed. I would invite the actors to look at their work, but
Yeah.
to actually show them the dailies, that's actually pretty good.
mm.
I mean, it's not conventional, but I do everything unconventional. I have very short hours when I shoot. I get you in, get you out, and then if you're confident in what you're doing, dailies is a big boost for their ego and for their confidence because they don't know what they look like. And
Mm.
most actors and actresses, they look at themselves anyway. They're like studying, like, oh, okay, okay. And they get a smile on their face, you know, hey, you got the right shot. You know, you made them look good.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Um, it's important that they feel comfortable. And I oh, and just to let you know, Shirley is actually part of the short as an extra. So
I got coerced
I
into
mean,
it.
my producer Shirley is also an extra.
You know, little sister can't say no. Gotta go do shit for their sibling.
What?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I seen a picture of you like in a makeup chair getting some makeup done to you. I'm like,
Yeah,
so are you a zombie in this movie?
I am. They needed a zombie extra, and I was like, you know what? I gotta help out my sister. Let me just say yes.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that, man.
Yes,
Cool.
I mean, tell them why you had to step in though.
Oh, because well, the actress that was supposed to play lead, that didn't work out because they lived far away and they couldn't come in. So the other um actor, they came in, and we had them as an extra. Their name is Mandy. They're amazing. They came in, and so they took over, and so now we had, we didn't have nobody to play an extra, and so you wanted a kid to be an extra, but then it was like having an adult fight a kid would be weird.
Hey, I seen it in a zombie movie.
But I can see what you mean. But there was some issues, and then they were like, she needed an adult extra, and I was like, you know what, let me do it for my sister, and I was like, okay, I'll do it, and it was fun to do the makeup. Like Jolise, our makeup artist, who's amazing. They just did such a great job, and yeah, I just went into it just thinking like, all right, let's get these shots done. It'll be cool, and I'm helping out my sister ultimately, and that's just what I want for her is what she wants,
Right.
So that was it.
Yeah, I was shocked. Well, Shirley has been like number one throughout the whole pre-production, and
Yeah, I was the one getting the
set,
food.
yeah, and doing a bunch of other things.
A bunch of other things, but mostly getting the food too, like running around in the heat. I was like, yeah, I never noticed how important food is. Well, it is, but on set, it was like, yo, where's the food at?
Exactly.
It's
So
it's premium. You got to
Yeah.
do it. And if it's on display, it's even bigger. They looking at it like, oh, okay, let's roll. I'm ready to eat.
exactly, but yeah, so yeah, my makeup artist. Well, Shirley was wonderful to step in because, like we said, at the last minute, the actress was like, she can't come. We were like, oh. We were like, what are we doing now? I was like, yo, worst case scenario, I'll step in or whatever. But luckily, the extra, Mandy, stepped in and was like, okay, I'll take on. And they learned the lines all
They learned the lines quick.
but they also have experience. They also are studying acting at an academy. So I was just like, okay, thank you. But Shirley has been such a huge support and is also the producer. So I'm so grateful for Shirley.
I remember a long time ago when we discovered each other on Instagram and then later YouTube. The one thing I admire about you siblings, you guys are close and you have each other's backs. Over the course of the years, I love your movie reviews, the banter back and forth. You guys are off the hook. And it's truly a testament to how you was raised because I see it displayed on Instagram, YouTube, and your live interviews. And now that you're working together in one of the toughest jobs you can do together, I mean, directly can make you go like, I'm about to pull my hair out and kill the person next to me.
I mean, we're used to it, right? We always want to kill each other every day.
No,
But we also love each other, and we'll have each other's back. So I think we have that already.
So what is great about us is that not only do we love each other, but we know how to forgive each other and quick. We don't sit in anything. We're like, as soon as like nightfall happens, we're already saying sorry to each other if we get into this argument. And I think that's the best relationship we can possibly be in, right? This idea that, you get into arguments, you get into fights, you may feel a certain way, but you don't hold it. It's just it. You wash it right away.
That's so important. And plus, you know, people looking at you on set. Remember, you got little kids looking up at you. So it's a prime responsibility, not only being a director / producer, you're setting an example. These kids might want to grow up to do what you guys are doing. And being a minority and being a female in this industry is tough within itself. So I love the fact that you guys are breaking down barriers and telling a very important story that's absolutely necessary to be heard. And I'm looking forward to it. So are you done filming, or are you still in the middle of filming?
We're still in the middle of filming. So
okay.
Because I'm only filming on the weekends. So today we're taking a break because it's my mama's birthday. But you said about females, like my production is 85% female. Like all my actresses, most of them are identified as female. And then my DP, Eugenia, I have Kasori, the sound director, and I had my other producers, Arilyn and Charisse. They're female, so it's
and our other PA, Erica Ashley.
So it's like 85%.
And the kids who are in the cast are from the neighborhood.
Yeah,
so I think that's dope.
And my lead, I mean, I think 2 of them currently live in public housing. My lead also lives in public housing, so they were very aware of what the situation is, the story it is, and how important it is. So.
Yeah, just from the few clips that you showed on Instagram, I love the stairwells. They look amazing. And those buildings, they might be project buildings, but something about brick, skyscrapers, skyline makes for great cinema shots. So, you know, man, you have a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
I'm just happy no rats came out to be extras in our movie.
But we almost had a water bug. I mean, we've had a couple of water bugs on set.
Okay.
Yeah, we almost had one on camera.
I just don't want no rats. Like, you know.
Yeah.
No.
You don't do rats, huh?
No, I mean, they could be over there and I say, hey, and they say, hey back, but you know, we keep our distance. So, you know.
And here's a question for you ladies. What kind of gear are you using?
So our budget is really small. Right now we're still trying. All right, this is crazy. We're still trying to raise our budget, which is $7,800. Right now with the crowdfunding. So most of it I have gotten as a loan. We're still trying to raise our budget, but that's how small it is. A lot of my crew said that they'll take their payment after the crowdfunding, and so we're just like working at it slowly. And it's very small because I also, it's an indie film and we don't have a lot of people on set, and it's my first time. I just didn't feel comfortable asking for too much money considering it's my first project, right? It's funny because I had most of the budget, but then something happened, and then the budget was gone, and then I had to just do some family stuff, and so now I have to raise the budget myself, and I'm doing it while production is happening. So it's crazy because most people don't do this, but with my father passing away, everything got pushed back. So I was just like, let me just do it all at the same time and hope that I don't go crazy. But what kind of gear? Like I said, it was a Panasonic AG. I don't remember what the rest of the model number is. And then we're using clamp lights. We're using really budget, like box lights. It's like nothing fancy because we're low budget, but like the clamp lights, that's it. That's pretty much what we're using to get into the staircases and stuff. and we borrowed like a small generator from my brother. Thank God, Harry.
You bought makeup from like,
and
my friend bought the makeup.
My friend bought the makeup for us, and it's just like really small stuff that we got here. Yeah, so the gear is not, and then we just bought t-shirts from like Target and just dressed them up
and just like ripped them up, put fake blood on it and all that stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll work for beer. Mr. Right. Yeah.
Hey, that's great.
I know. It's crazy. Oh, some white sheets is good enough for diffused lights on the cheap. Yeah, they are, really are. That was my DP because, as you know, DP are in charge of lighting. So she came out with some clamp lights, which was cool. I do have to say that the lighting has been challenging because there's hardly any good light in the projects. The project lighting is horrible. So the hardest thing that we've had to do is deal with lighting and all the surround sound. Birds,
God, the birds,
dogs
barking, like people arguing in the apartment, like, what you doing?
Oh my God, people arguing.
And you're like, this shit is gonna come out of a movie. Like, is this supposed to be a zombie apocalypse or people just fucking arguing in the background?
Oh, you're gonna hear birds chirping, and I'm gonna be like, that's a zombie bird. Okay, you just have to take it for that. Wow. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of like post work that we're gonna have to do with sound if we can do. But first time we had boom, but because we have so much surround sound, I don't even know what to call it. We had to get mics for the second production. It was for the second time we shot, so that it wouldn't pick up too much sound around. But yeah.
For you, so you're not doing ADR, just live sound.
ADR, you know what? I don't even know what that means.
Oh, well, it's when you add voices and sound after the fact of filming. You do it in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. We're gonna do some of that as well. We're gonna see. Right now, we're trying to decide whether the zombie sounds actually stays in some of the sounds that the actors have been putting in, or we might actually do something with that.
I worked hard on one shit.
I know, but no, just to add a little bit more atmosphere to it.
No, do it.
Yeah, because if you do it in post, it sounds better because you can do it directly into a microphone. It's crisp, it's clear. There's no birds chirping in the background. So, especially for horror, sound is everything.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do some of that on the next production. Shirley, I think they got some of Shirley's sound, just the sound. So we were doing that. Like we would do the shot, get the sound within the shot, and then do an extra take with just the sound of the zombie sound.
There you go.
So hopefully we won't have to go back in and use some fake, because that it wouldn't sound real. We don't have the equipment really proposed to do something like that. So yeah, that's what we did. Sorry, ADR.
So, in your post editing, what kind of equipment are you using? What kind of editing machine or software are you using?
So my editor, Mendy, I believe he uses Premiere. So it'll probably either be just Premiere. I forgot the other one's name that they use in Hollywood, but that one he probably is not going to use it, even though he has used it. What's it called? It starts with an A. No, that's Premiere. That's Premiere. Yeah, the editing software that they use in Hollywood that starts with an A. I forgot what it's called. So he's used that, but most likely Premiere because it's just an indie project. We're still gonna figure out sounds and how we're gonna work on that, and decide whether if we can meet our budget on crowdfunding budget. If we can raise that much, we'll probably put in for a colorist as well. See what we can do with that.
Yeah, post coloration is important, because the set like horror, like I said, the good thing about horror is the cheapest kind of film you can make and get your returns right away. So you're in the right line of work, but your first time out, it's tough.
It's tough. So that's why I was like, what do I really need for this. I was like, I really need a sound person. So the sound person, my editor found, my Mendy found her, and her name is Kasori, and she's actually done some like, she worked at a company in LA, and she had to look at like dailies for the film Nun, the
Oh,
new one that came out. So she's into sound and horror sound. So I had to make sure that I found someone who was really um, had experience in that area, because me and my DP don't. And as you can tell, like ADR, I was like, what? Like there's so much like study I've done pre-production, but there are like terms that I still like can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah. So and all the studying I've done was through YouTube, really.
there's no shame in that. I mean, all the lingo in Hollywood, you know, it's a bragging type thing. But if you're a good filmmaker, you're just a good filmmaker. Whether you know all the lingo and dialogue, just Spike Lee once said famously, get the equipment, push record, film, stop. You did it. As long as you do that, everything else, gets simplified. As long as you keep that in the back of your mind, you'll be doing great. Because man, when you told me about this, I was like, oh, okay, And I wanted to read the script, but you said you was kind of nervous, and I understand, And you said, oh, well, when it's ready. So I guess I'll read the script when it's done.
I'll send you the script.
Yeah,
I was like too nervous to share it to anyone. I was even too nervous to share it with my own team. And I was like, how am I going to move forward without sharing it to my own team?
Yeah, they'll come on set and like, what are we shooting? Like,
but yeah. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm like thinking about like putting a video together and just, documenting exactly what I looked into and how I decided to do the film direct, and what resources I looked up to actually help me do this.
Yeah, one of the things you will learn once you get into this business, people want to learn about your style, what got you involved. Any behind the scenes stuff is great, because believe it or not, there's people watching this video right now, either live or later, that's looking at you too, going, I want to do what they're doing. And you're setting the precedence right now of how they're working together as siblings, raising funds for your project, even during the process. Because again, my favorite director is Spike Lee, so I always refer to him. Hey, he had his grandmother's credit card, his homeboy's credit card for She's Gotta Have It. And it was so expensive, they couldn't even do it in color. He shot it in black and white, had one small color scene, and look, it changed his life. Had to get distribution, film festivals, all that good stuff. But he did it. Ava Dene, she did it. A lot of people have done it. So you're going to be on a list of people that have done it when it's all said and done. So, keep it moving, keep it going.
Thank you.
I got another good morning. Watching you as I am commuting to work. Right on.
Good morning. Have a great day at work.
Right.
Working on Saturday. Wow.
Oh, I feel for you, bro.
I know. I'm like,
Wait, you could probably love this job.
That's true. If you do, that's great. Yeah, it's funny that we film on weekends. I work like a full-time job, so I'm working Monday to Friday, and then the weekend is filming, and I'm like, Monday at work, I'm like,
I know
like a zombie, like a legit zombie.
The idea of filming on weekends didn't come to me. I was reading up on Ava DuVernay, and she was a publicist, and she would film her projects on the weekends, and I was like,
I mean, it works for people's schedules. If they have like full time or school, because we work with kids, so it's like, ultimately,
It's a lot. So, what information do you have to tell the public how to contribute to your fundraising for your film?
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if everyone actually knows, but my film is about a young girl named Anna who lives in a debilitating building after a outbreak due to mold inhalation. And it's based in public housing, and it's a social commentary on how this issue with mold is actually affecting children and causing asthma in these children. So if you feel like you believe in the story, you just want to support because you love supporting indie filmmakers, You can go to ifundwoman.com and you can look up Public Housing Z and you'll see my fundraising page there. It's just called Public Housing Z. And I can throw the link in the comment box because let me just look that up for you.
Give up all your information. And anybody who follows Blacktastic, please support these ladies. Every little bit helps. And,
yeah, I made the title.
Shirley actually came up with the title.
Hey. No, I just got it from World War Z. I like that movie, so it's just like,
World War Z. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a dope title.
Yeah, I was like, oh, public housing.
I was like, but let's see, because there are some people who still don't know World War Z, and they're like, Public Housing Z. I'm like, yeah, World War Z, and they're like, huh? And I was like, oh, you don't like zombie films.
Yeah. Well, the book is a documentary. World War Z is a documentary, and I think the movie's action.
Now,
oh yeah.
Is zombies one of your favorite genres in horror?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me it is because I can watch it. It's not that scary. I can't watch totally gruesome stuff, but I feel like zombie movies, there's something thrilling about zombie movies, whether it be like they're running or they're going slow, and it's just the anticipation or like, I don't know, just the fear in that somebody is just eating you while you're still alive. Ooh.
So, for me, sorry, you were gonna say something? Or?
Oh no.
Oh, so for me, I think we were talking with our sound director Kosori when we were talking about horror movies after filming, and we were like chatting about how like, and you mentioned this about how like with horror you could do social commentary. So a lot of BIPOC, Black and brown like directors, people of color directors, you could use that horror element of like suspense or science fiction or like sci-fi, magic or anything like that. Was the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was like trying to say something else, but the atmosphere is that you could use that, but use that social commentary of like what you've been through or like what people in your community go through with that aspect. Yeah.
Oh wait. I see a tenement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's based in the projects. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, Get Out, really?
Oh, that's so cool. Oh wait, what? The 1985? Oh, okay. There's another movie called Tenement, but that's not that a remake, right? No,
I don't know. My brain is kind of like no, but no, I'll definitely look that up. That's cool. And yeah, that's another thing. I think we've never seen a lot of movies set in the like public housing projects.
No, I haven't
seen that many. There probably is a lot, but there
was one that I saw that's based in UK. What was that one?
Oh, with John Boyega. That was a really good movie.
It's in the projects in the UK. That's the one I've seen so far.
Attack the Block.
Attack the Block.
Horror movie that took place in the project would be Candyman. That took place in the project.
Yes, that's right. Candyman. Hello, duh. How could we forget that? Duh.
Yeah. No, I remember that one.
Great
but
comic.
I recently seen that one.
Hey, white woman, what you doing in our neighborhood, woman?
Right. I was a kid when I saw that one, and I completely forgot about that film, that it was based in the project.
I just recently seen that. I actually never saw it until recently. The original. I haven't seen the remake one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it took place Cabrini Greens in Chicago and shot on location. Those are the real projects. So with your project, you're bringing some real authenticity to the film. So that's cool. This is real. This is good. And it makes for a great extra or commentary or documentary about your film. And things.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, I definitely know the Cabrini Green story, and it's really a complicated story.
Yeah.
But it's also sad because they had to destroy a lot of public housing buildings. But I won't get into that. But but thank you for having us today. This was great.
Ladies, it's been a pleasure. It's an honor. Like I said, back in the day when my first film, you was the first to interview me way back when I did The Comforter. And years later, here we are. I've been interviewing you for your first film. And hey, I'm proud of you. You have no idea. You inspire me to be even better at what I do. Love you guys for that.
No, thank you. Yeah,
thank you. Thank you for interviewing us and giving your Saturday. And now I'm afraid to watch the tournament because now you say it's dark and violent. I'm like,
I know. It's like, oh gosh.
I don't know if I could go through that right now, but I do want to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, check it out later because today is all about your mom and her birth. And again, you know, enjoy these moments while you can. And you're smart. You gave your crew a day off on the weekend from filming to celebrate your moms. That goes a long way with everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. This is fun.
No, it was fun.
So those watching, be sure to check out the comment. If you can, contribute to these wonderful filmmakers project and give what you can. Every little bit helps, you know.
Yeah, like we're totally down to what, you know, whatever you give us, we'll be grateful for. Because I mean, I've worked in fundraising, and one thing someone told me one day was like, you shouldn't just be grateful for the $100, $500, or $1,000. If somebody gives you $5, that could be a lot out of their pocket. So you should be just as equally grateful for that $5 that you get, and that's how I see it.
And you know, shit ain't cheap now. You see how rent is rising, everything is rising. It's like, yo, but our paycheck don't rise though.
No.
Exactly. No.
Like motherfucker.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So no, we it's challenging surviving. You're just basically surviving now as best as you can.
So when is your due date to be done with filming?
Filming probably, if we're gonna see what we get done this weekend. If not, we'll have another weekend. Otherwise, the production on a whole will probably, as far with post production, will probably end in end of October, early November.
Okay.
Maybe, but we'll see.
Hey, with film, you never know. So okay, plenty of people to contribute. And don't be surprised if you hear from me again, contributing some more, because I believe in what you guys are doing.
Thank you. We truly appreciate that.
Yay.
Truly.
So, wow, we've been here for like almost an hour. It didn't even feel like
shit, I didn't even know that.
So,
I'm just looking at the clock on top now. I'm like, oh shit, it's been an hour.
So, on the 30th of this month, we've been our last day of filming. And I'll wrap about October 1st. So you guys have a link to the film the first week of October for I've Done It Again. And you get to see us on film, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The public does. So yeah, hey. I showed some of the dailies last weekend to Dana and Melissa, the ladies I was working with last weekend. I showed some of the dailies. And you know, Dana's a big fan of you guys. She was like, oh my gosh, she looks scared. I'm like, oh. Okay.
I'll take it.
And Shirley, she was talking about you, Shirley. She was like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's funny. I was like, oh, my debut as an actress, but I was like, oh no, I'm in TLA's movie too, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a star.
Get ready for it. Hollywood, here we come.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull her in.
Well, keep up the good work, ladies. I'll be in contact with you soon. And
yeah.
Beyond proud, trust me. And in a couple of weeks, you'll have a link to I've Done It Again. Everybody listening and watching, please do what you can, contribute. And these women are phenomenal. I'm so glad you stepped up to the plate to do something that, because once this is done, it's going to be here forever, long after we're gone. So you're contributing to the film industry, and that's a wonderful thing.
Thanks. Oh my
God. Scary. Wow, that's scary.
But it's good to know.
It's a lot to swallow. Well, everybody, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Saturday, and thank you for tuning in. For those who have live and those who watch later on, thank you again for watching.
Thanks for watching. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
Peace out.
All right, we out of here. This is the weird part when you gotta wait for